He just changed that from a simile into a metaphor. I said, my desk is like a garbage dump. He said, your desk is a garbage dump. Now I know he doesn't mean that's where garbage dumps back up and unload all their trash bags. But he's comparing my desk to a garbage dump by saying it is a garbage dump. So please write that down. 1, my desk is a garbage dump.
So therefore, what type of material must the circuit be made out of? There's 2 types of materials. What were those 2 types of materials again? Somebody want to tell me what those 2 types of materials were that we talked about yesterday? There's 2 types of materials. One where electrical current can flow, one where it can't. Detta, go ahead.
There's an inductor and a conductor, and in a conductor, the electric charges can flow by the inductor.
Somebody help Detta out. Not an inductor and
It's a conductor and insulator.
a conductor and insulator. Detta, what was that again?
A conductor and insulator.
Okay, and explain what an insulator was, and explain how an insulator is different from a conductor.
An insulator, it can't help the electrical charges flow, the conductor can help it flow.
Okay, excellent. Anybody? So therefore, right, what types of materials are usually going to be conductors?
All right, let's see what else we're going to learn about penguins. Penguin nurseries. In Antarctica, spring begins in October. Spring begins in October in Antarctica. In the spring, the days are warmer. Much of the ice around Antarctica breaks up. Then penguins can swim to shore. In the spring, what is it that the penguins do? What do the penguins do in the spring? What do the penguins do in the spring? Jada Green, what do the penguins do in the spring?
The penguins go to swing in.
What are they doing? In the spring, the days are warmer. Much of the ice around Antarctica breaks up. Then penguins can swim to shore. What are they doing in the spring?
They're breaking up.
The penguins are breaking up?
No.
The ice around is breaking up, and it says then penguins can swim to shore. So what are the penguins doing? What are the penguins doing, Kaya?
Penguins in spring are swimming to the shore.
They're swimming to the shore. Remember that shore is like the area on land that's closest to the water. So Jada Green, what are they doing in the spring?
In the shore.
They're swimming to the shore. One more time.
They're swimming to the shore.
Yep. A penguin's nesting place may be a beach, hillside, or cliff. Give me an example of something that, an example of inequity. Bless you. An example of inequity. Kiana's hand is going up every single time. She's your example, as is Brandon's. An example of inequity, Anaya. We're going to get one more, and then we're going to come back to you. Let's get Anaya's mind activated. An example of inequity, Tiana. Not quite. Is the civil rights movement an injustice or an unfairness? So give me an example of one of those inequity. Pieces of inequity, or examples of inequity.
Jim Crow laws.
Excellent. Jim Crow laws. Daquan? Inequity?
Inequity, I was thinking of another football example. How would you get less play time than a veteran would?
All right. Anaya Prince, an example of inequity? Segregation. Is that an example, Shamir, of inequity? Yes, absolutely. Okay.
The title of our book is Clever Fox. The title of our book is Clever Fox. Does anyone know what clever means? What does clever mean? What does clever mean? Kayla, do you know what clever means? No. Okay, Isaiah.
Clever means smart.
Clever means that you're really smart. Kayla, what does clever mean?
Clever means smart.
Clever means that you're smart.
Five times the quantity, 2x plus 1. Kristen. 5 times the quantity, 2x plus 1. Carl.
10x plus 5.
Kristen, what was it? Okay, let's do another one.
And what do we think that this means then? If Mr. Santos was walking around at recess saying, oh, my arms are 2 vicious pythons. What's he trying to say here? Janisha? Janisha, if he's saying my arms are 2 vicious pythons, I'm going to need you to show some courage and I'm going to need you to take a guess. What, can you imagine pythons? What's a python? It's a type of snake. As a small snake or a big snake? A big snake. So if he's saying that my arms are 2, what does vicious mean? Vicious. Armando?
Like, they pretty much attack.
Great, okay. So if his arms are 2 vicious pythons, what do you think he's trying to say about himself? No, we're going to stay right here. If he is what I'm going to say right now, I do not have vicious python arms. Look at this, right? There are no vicious pythons here. Okay, great. So not only are they big, but what else? If he has 2 vicious pythons for arms, what is he saying about himself? Usually if people have really big arms, and they're also muscles, which means that they're what? I'm going to keep pushing you. What do you think? How do you describe those people if they have big muscles? Give me an adjective. Strong. Thank you very much, ma'am. Ooh, no cop-outs. Okay.
Good. 7 times 7, Deanna? 40. 42. 7 times 7? 7 times 7? It's been a while. 6 times 5?
So how can this be going round in a circle? What must that tell you? If it's going round in a circle, if its velocity is continuously changing, what must the condition of its forces be? What must the condition of the forces be? Are they balanced? Are they unbalanced? What must they be if its velocity is continuously changing? Malcolm, what do you think? Tell me Newton's first law.
An object will stay in a constant motion and direction unless acted. Until something changes it.
What do you mean till something changes it? More precise.
That's an unbalanced force.
Yeah, unless there's an unbalanced force. So if an object is doing that and changing direction all the time, if it's changing direction all the time, what does that tell you about the forces?
It's unbalanced. It's unbalanced.
They're unbalanced. The forces must be unbalanced.
Problem number 1. I need a volunteer who believes they have the whole thing correct to tell me x-intercept, y-intercept, and slope. Kisei.
2.
X-intercept is 2, yes.
Y-intercept is -3.
Correct.
And then the slope is 3 over 2.
Correct. You could also have written the slope as -3 over -2. The third one at the top, Shaquan. X-intercept.
5.
Y-intercept.
4.
Slope.
4, 5. 4 thirds.
I like most of that. He said 4 over 5. That means I would go up 4, right 5.
Oh, -5.
4 over -5. Up 4, left 5.
The question is, I'm going to start my first line of my open-ended answer with, this is a biography because.
This is a biography because Madeline
Stop. Langle, yep.
just died at 2 She was born in 1918 and just died in 2007.
You gave me a really good detail, but I want to first explain what a biography is so that I can show that I know what it means. And I said you can use your notes if you need to. Rashana, try it. This is a biography because...
This is a biography because someone is telling Madeline
Lango. If you don't say her name perfect, it's okay. Yes, they're telling about the life of Madeline Lango, who is a real person. What is a word that is similar to scarce? A word that is similar, because we haven't gotten to this part yet. Something that is similar. Kiana? Less, but let me push back on you a little bit, because I could have 1,000 of something, and if I have 999, I have less. Does that necessarily mean that it's scarce? No. So let's get a little bit more specific, but you're thinking in the right direction.
Take a look at the very front. We're going to do a couple things with volume, practice volume, and then practice surface area. And someone give me a definition for volume to get us started. Someone read it from me yesterday, give us a definition for volume. Mark. You're telling me how we're going to solve it. If you say length times width times height, you're giving me a calculation. What I want to know, and you probably know this too, Mark, is what volume is. What is that amount? Okay, Eureka, what were you going to say?
Volume is the amount of square cubes and the amount of cubes
That takes up something. Okay, I'm going to refine what you said a little bit. The amount of cubes, what should we say? What's the real technical definition? Instead of just cubes, what were we going to say, Wes?
The amount of cubic inches in another rectangular or three-dimensional figure.
Or any sort of three-dimensional figure. I'm going to say the amount of cubic, not inches, because it's not necessarily inches, right? It could be feet, it could be centimeters, it could be yards, units, right? Cubic units. And then, as we said, that a figure takes up, that an object. And Jonathan, I know you know the other word. What's the other word for takes up?
occupies.
Occupies.
Get ready, Bianca and Madeline.
Sword. Stop.
What word?
Stop.
How do I know this is stop and not store, Bianca?
It has stop has an up.
Good, but how do I know this is not store? Because you said store.
Because it don't say so I say stop.
Okay, how do I know this is stop and not store? Who can tell me how we know that it's not store? Okay, how do I know this is not store? Okay, but so it has in store too, both store and stop. That's right, it doesn't have like store. This is not store, is this store? No! What's the word, everybody?
Stop!
Stop.
He has 10 coins. So in your picture, what did you draw first? Taylor?
I draw $6.
Okay, well how many coins can you draw right away without labeling them at all? Because you know he has this many. How many coins can you draw right away, second grade? Because you know this is the total number of coins he has. Divine?
6 and 14.
But I don't want to know exactly what he has. How many coins, how many circles can we draw right away, Vidal? Yeah, we can draw 10 coins. We can just go 1, 2.
Give me one reason right now that we know just from this document, why railroads replace canals. Now, before you leave. What's one reason? AB. Maybe. Track AB.
One reason why canals were railroads were popular.
No. AB, we got to stay with our question box. Again, go back to your question back. One reason why they replaced canals. From our document, what's one reason that they replaced canals? All hands should be down because we're tracking AB. Yeah, they're cheaper to build. So I'm just going to jot that note.
Answer 2. Please read for me, Taylor. Good. Who can help? Who can answer that question for her? And please answer in a complete sentence. Jovan M. Nice tracking, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
Inside the chloroplast, the cell gives the plant its color and shape. I just couldn't take the color.
Okay. If there's something that you would like to add to that, I think part of that is correct. And there is something that we talked about yesterday that he might be missing. So who can help him go back and maybe fix his answer? Sky, what would you do? Can you hear her? When she talks, talk really loudly so he can hear you. Track Sky, please.
He could have added photosynthesis to his answer because photosynthesis happens inside of the chloroplast.
Did you hear her answer?
Yeah, I already know. I just didn't add it.
Okay, can you add it now? Reread your answer, adding what she said and what you said. Track Jovan, please. Excellent tracking, you two back there. Very good.
Inside the chloroplast, the cell gives color, the plant its color and shape, and also
I'm listening.
it absorbs photosynthesis, which is the energy and
I can't hear you. I didn't hear the last part.
it absorbs photosynthesis. And it absorbs energy.
Exactly. Photosynthesis, it absorbs energy from the what, Kenrick?
Photosynthesis absorbs energy from the sun.
Good. To create what? Melanie? What? Very good. The chloroplast gives the plant.
This was a newspaper clipping that was released the day after Sputnik was launched. So Sputnik was launched on October 4th. This was printed on October 5th. Russians win the race to launch Earth satellite. Were people in the US excited about this? Were they like, go you Russians, good job? What was the sentiment? What were people thinking? Juan, what do you think people were thinking about the Russians and their ability to launch a satellite?